He was away for a while, but now he's back to fill your brains with another pet health tip of the day, a pink ribbon edition. Here now is Dr. Langlois.
Hello again, everybody. This is Dr. Langlois of the Pet Pantry of Lancaster County. Happy to be back. I was away on a little bit of a hiatus there from giving out tips as I was enjoying a little bit of a vacation, as well as a teaching stint at my old alma mater, the Atlantic Veterinary College up in Canada. But as I said, happy to be back and ready to fill you all with tons more tips to make sure that you keep your pets healthy. And October, as we all know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and while we are, of course, are very aware of the struggles that women go through with this and our hopes to eventually find a cure for this dreaded disease, we, from the veterinary perspective, also want to make you aware that your female dog or cat certainly can develop breast cancer, and it is something that we do see, fortunately not too frequently, but it is definitely something that we do come across, and we just want to kind of give you a little bit of information here on what to kind of expect and what to look for in this, the chances that your animal may actually have breast cancer. Now, while this is going on, you're actually going to see a little video here of a surgery to remove a mammary mass from a dog, and as you can see, I apologize if it appears a little bloody or gory, but I did want to drive the point home here. These are not always the nicest of tumors to deal with. They can be very bloody, they can be very invasive. So it can be a lot of surgery time and surgical expertise to remove them without causing too much other damage. So, you can keep peering at that. You'll see it kind of taken through stages as we go from just starting all the way to its removal. And, keep that in mind as I'm talking here. Anytime you feel any kind of lump or bump along the breast line of your animal, and from when we're talking about animals, remember this is anywhere from the tissue that's kind of right up in under the armpits all the way down into the groin area. So all of that is mammary tissue in dogs and cats, and any area of that can be subject to potentially developing a tumor. If you feel any kind of lump or bump, you definitely want to make sure that you have your vet check it out as soon as possible. Your vet's going to maybe want to do a couple of things there. They're definitely going to want to feel if it feels like it's attached to anything underneath, like the muscle, or if it's a more of a solitary, just kind of freely movable structure as far as that goes. They're probably going to potentially want to stick a needle in it and take out some cells, and then send those cells off to a pathologist to have them looked at under a microscope to kind of give them an idea of what they might be dealing with. With breast cancer in animals, you do get tumors that are benign. And you do get tumors that are malignant. And when they're benign, they usually don't cause too much of a problem. They certainly can grow and just become a space-occupying thing. However, you still do want to get them out, because there is the very, very infinitesimal chance that if they start benign, they could start to show a little bit of malignant characteristics if they're allowed to continue to grow. So you definitely want to get them out. Malignant tumors are the real nasty ones that we worry about, and there's various stages of the malignancy there, but what we do worry about, one, again, is them being very locally invasive and invading a lot of the breast chain area, and two, them obviously spreading to other organs, and we do worry about spread to the lungs and the liver, especially those two areas in dogs and cats, and if it does spread to that area, it can be very, very difficult to treat in the long term. So your vet's going to definitely want to talk to you about all of that stuff. They may want to go ahead and do a biopsy to determine if it's malignant or benign, and that will tell them how to go ahead surgically. Some people do prefer just to go in and remove it in its entirety in one shot, along with some healthy tissue around it, maybe a lymph node here or there if it's close to a lymph node, to kind of see what type of tumor they're dealing with and if it has spread anywhere, especially to the lymph nodes. And that will determine how treatment goes on as far as the making sure that the animal stays healthy, hopefully for the rest of its life. So those are some kind of things that you want to be aware of, and I can't stress enough, if you feel any kind of lump or bump, you definitely want to have that checked, especially in the breast lines, for your animal. Now, just like there are mastectomies done in women, we can do mastectomies in dogs and cats as well, and sometimes if we do get a really what appears to be a malignant tumor, your vet may recommend going in and doing a much bigger surgery to remove a lot of that breast tissue to prevent any areas around it from then developing tumors. These are all case by case and things that you have to talk to your vet about, hopefully if your dog or cat was to successfully go through surgery with that. However, there is one very easy way to avoid a lot of the heartache, the struggles putting your pet through, yourself through, and your wallet through in treating these, that can basically almost eliminate the chance of your pet developing breast cancer, and that is getting them spayed. I cannot stress this enough, and the data is there to support it. If you get your dog or cat spayed before their first heat cycle, you have eliminated the chance of them developing breast cancer by 98 to 99%. That's just amazing. It's a very simple procedure. It's very easy to do when they're young and healthy. You just have it done, and you've basically eliminated that risk. So just kind of keep that in mind. With every successive heat that they go through, up to the point when they're about 2 or 3 years old, that percentage decreases. And so you do run a greater risk of them potentially developing breast cancer. So it's talk to your vet, get your dog or cat spayed. It's the easiest way to prevent a lot of these issues from happening and from dealing with a lot of the stuff, as you can see here, as you know, we've finished up with the video, how bad, you know, these tumors can be and how invasive they can be, and how difficult a surgery it sometimes can be to remove them. And we as vets, we don't want to have to be resorting to that type of thing when it's so easily preventable. So just remember, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It should be Spay Dog or Cat Awareness Month is too, to help prevent it. So talk to your vet. If you do have any lumps or bumps on your dog or cat that you want to get checked, get them checked very quickly. Get them spayed before their first heat, or as soon as you get them if you've gotten them when they're older. Get them spayed. I can't stress it enough. You definitely want to help reduce the chances of your animal ever developing breast cancer, and that is your, hopefully life-saving, pet health tip of the day.
And as always, if you have any questions, be sure to visit some of these websites, or even better yet, contact your local vet and have your pet examined today.